Good afternoon, everyone. This is May 11, 2022, 5:30 PM, the Blight Review Board regular meeting. And as a first matter of business, have you all had an opportunity to look at the draft minutes of the April 13 meeting? And if so, would you move their approval? Thank you, sir. Any second to that? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any edits, comments, corrections?
I wasn't present, I don't know if that matters.
I should not show you as present.
Right.
That's right. Devil's in the details, thank you. Okay. Then, in favor, please raise your hand. And opposed, and abstaining, and that's unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay, so, down to business. Let's turn immediately to Mr. Solito and see where we're standing. Please.
Okay. We'll start off with case 21-001001. That one has had progress. They actually mowed the lawn, or cut the lawn down, and most of the shrubberies down. You can see that I took pictures on the other presentation. I had before and after pictures. You can see that they just wiped everything out of the front of the house, and for the most part, the back of the house too. Not extensively. There is, however, and you'll see in one of the photos, there is the vinage that's crawling up the electrical cable that's still attached to the house and growing on the roof. And the garage in the back, you'll see, has two of the bottom panels are totally gone, so access to that garage is still open, which is one of the blight issues.
Okay.
I don't know if further, if you want to, they have accepted, or the owner representative has accepted accepted letters. Have not heard from the person, but
So the certified mailing receipt has been returned?
yes, yeah, so and right now that property is, forgive me, it's already been cited, the citation's already been issued, and it's been accumulating fines since December 14th of 21. Would you like me to, obviously, but I always send a letter acknowledging the one improvement and asking to
Sure, I think that's good.
to do that.
Keep up the good work,
Yeah.
to make further improvements.
Okay.
Suggest we would like to cease
Yeah.
accruing fines as soon as we can.
Yeah, thinking, just really at this point, just get some plywood or something and cover up and secure the garage.
Is that really it?
And that only leaves the one smallest issue. But again, because of the time of year, I'd just be cautious because stuff is only gonna grow
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is it possible to ask, great, they got it cut, but is this now on a schedule? Because I know they come to cut my lawn every week, and maybe that's not gonna be a weekly thing, but it's not gonna be too long before it's overgrown again.
I'll put that in the letter, and that is generally something I will, no matter what, I make return visits until it becomes apparent that they're keeping up with it. So that will still stay on a rotation, no matter how it ends up at this point. But I will do an updated letter to the.
Where am I looking in this picture? Is it just the bottom
Yeah, you'll
of
see
the
those-
garage, the bottom of the
Yeah,
garage?
you see that's
And
all.
is that glass at the top I'm seeing reflections of?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
that's glass.
okay.
But kids can easily, if they wanted to,
Get in there,
roll into the garage.
Right. okay.
All right, I got it there. Okay, good. All right, so we will move on to case 17-011. There's been no changes. I just attached one photo, one image there just to show that there hasn't been any change to the condition of the front of the property whatsoever. Now, that property is, all right, the citation has been sent, accruing fines since April of last year.
April 18th.
Yeah, of 2021. And they were issued a citation. Marshal abode service was done on March 9th of 2022.
Is there a story behind this?
He is a possible individual who likes to collect things, and it's extended to his backyard from what we can see from the front. And we've talked to him, but he doesn't seem to want to.
But he's accruing fines.
Is the stuff in the backyard visible to the neighbors?
It's visible to the neighbors, but we haven't received any complaints from the neighbors.
I mean, could we ask him to move the stuff that's in the front to the back? Would that
We
be
have.
We have.
Oh, we have.
Oh, we've offered stuff and.
Dumpsters.
just- Yeah.
So we're fining, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it's been
Every year.
finable since last year, just about a year now. There hasn't been a lien proposed yet,
Can we do that?
but that would be maybe whatever, that's up to you.
Next
as
up.
a board.
Well, that's been on here for a long time, if I
Yeah.
remember
It's
correctly.
Oh, yes.
2017.
Yeah. I think it's time for a lien.
Yeah, and the anniversary of accruing was April of,
I think the time has come.
sure. So I think the drill is to ask council to do that?
Yes, yeah.
And are we at the max fine, or we only have one
There is
level
no
of
man,
fine?
oh, it's $100 a day,
Yeah.
but can go as high as it goes.
Okay. Okay. All right, moving on. Case number 17-013. That one, let's see, 013. Oh, this rating is too small for me. Okay. We did just today receive an email, and it's in your packages. I copied the email so you know what's there. And they have a date in probate to have the executors changed to the individual that was here, Mr. William Fischel, and that is his niece.
They found all of the people that have,
Well, all this is so far is just to take the executor from his mother, who's in the care facility in
Right.
Pennsylvania,
but
to
different,
him.
but they haven't made it, because if I remember correctly, there were people that still had ownership of the property that they couldn't find because the property was left to somebody and that person died, and then it went on and on and on
Right.
type thing.
Yes.
So have they made any progress in finding those people?
I
Because
think that
they can't do anything till they find those people.
I think that they, if I remember correctly, thought that they found them, but they're just not.
There were one or two that were being a little difficult.
But I think there were some holdout, looking for money.
They were holding.
Multiple people.
Can I ask a question though on this truck? So if somebody took that truck and put it on my front yard, would I have to go through all this to get it
No.
taken away? So I'm not understanding like why this is like such an issue to get the neighbor to move the truck. Like to me, they should call a tow truck and have it towed away.
That costs money.
Well, he's offered
Yeah.
to let them keep it there.
He had offered, I guess.
But,
But he is
okay, so
saying-
that would seem to be like, if that's one of the blight things, like, that's an easy thing, he can just rescind his offer to keep a crappy looking truck there.
Yeah, but the truck is actually not,
Right.
but because it's a registered vehicle.
It's a,
Right.
it's a
Not- it's-
neighbor's registered vehicle.
Park it at, if it's the neighbor should park it at the neighbor's house. I don't want it at my house,
But
and it
that's the
shouldn't be,
owner's
in-
issue, not ours.
Yeah.
right, but don't we have the,
No, for the owner to.
I
do.
thought we were kind of working with the owner here, and
Mhm.
so it would seem to me that we could, as a condition of kind of working with him, is get the truck moved.
Well, we
Like,
did encourage him, and his email says that is happening. As you may see, I
Yeah,
intend to
I
get the
kind
neighbor
of got
to-
the impression the last time we met, he talked to the owner, but the guy asked, can I please keep it there, it's so much easier, but, and he kind of gave in. That was,
that's what I,
Well, he says, I do intend to get the neighbor to have the truck removed permanently.
okay.
So let's see if that happens
see
in
it
the next month.
So convert his words into action. I think I actually saw two, like, white Suburban-like vehicles in front of it, like a couple days ago. In addition, there's the one that's in the picture, but then I saw like two other
Hmm.
vehicles like right in front.
Yeah, those same vehicles are also, I think, used, are perhaps the neighbors' vehicles as well, because I've seen those vehicles parked in front of that house next door as well, so.
Well, he's gonna have a probate court hearing, and he says we should hear afterward if there's any,
we're finding,
Progress.
this one's being fined, right?
it's being what, fine? No, I don't think it is, because he has been responsive, he's been here for a couple of meetings, and
Well,
Correct.
for what it's worth, I would think we should be fining him until that truck is gone. Because if that is something that he has discretion on, because he is letting the neighbor park it there, it would seem to me that what little stick we have, we're not using.
Mhm. Well, we'd have to call him in for another hearing. We'd have to determine that it's blight. We can't use the truck as a determination of blight. Whether or not there are two other conditions, there probably are, and we could do that. But let's give him another 30 days. Let's see what happens after probate court.
Okay.
Let's see if the truck moves.
Right.
Okay.
And, but then next month, we can.
Do we have to put it on the agenda?
Yeah,
Because I drive by
not
that
really.
house every day, so I'll let you know if the truck's
You'll
moving.
find it. It's on the agenda by dint of being on
Okay.
Mr. Salito's list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, moving on to case number 18 dash 002,
Two.
thank you, is, this is the bank-owned property picture show. There's been nothing done there. No further communication. They understand that fines are accruing, the bank, or the people involved there, and
And the bank's gonna pay the fines,
I
right?
I would hope so.
When the property is sold, most likely.
Yeah,
They'll come to us and say, hey, we weren't really responsible, and will you relieve us of that? And we'll have that to deal with then. But we have
For the
no,
time being, that's
yeah, and we would have,
the assumption.
yeah,
Okay.
they should not assume we will.
If you ask me, I won't.
There you go. And we will. If they ask, we will ask.
Yeah, that's been accruing fines since January 1st. There has been, they have been given their citation.
At $100 a day.
Yeah,
But someone's living in it? Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
As the holdover,
yes, the old owners that we're trying to evict.
I suppose if the bank owns it, there's little or no equity in it, so we may not get anything anyway.
There is no lien, though. We haven't progressed.
But- Oh, is that right?
Right.
What do we have to do to do the lien?
Notify
Because that's what we
council.
would, that's like that, if we do the lien, like, we're then first to get paid, right? When this thing is eventually sold?
First, well, the
we
feds would
prime
have
the
a priority
mortgage?
if there were anything. The mortgage is apparently paid because they foreclosed on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we would be high on the list, probably first or second. So should we get a lien now? Why not? Yeah, why not?
I
Well,
think it's been long enough,
Yeah.
It's only 3 years old.
Right.
Yeah, we have
But
someone
we
in
have-
five, come on.
But there is you do have the fine date. It's
Yes.
January 1st, so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so the fine amount isn't too huge, but we should, yeah. Let's let them know, ask council to move forward with that.
Okay. Good. All right.
Did you skip over 17-019?
I guess I should be more properly asking for motions and seconds. Is there any dispute over those two requests for liens?
Not here.
Okay, so ex post facto, Mr. Washeka moved, Mr. Burke seconded, and it was unanimous, okay? They're gonna say, I'm much too loose about this when they see this.
Spring is here.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
You,
what are you looking for?
17019?
Yeah, I just asked, did we skip over 1701?
Oh.
no,
I
that
don't think
was,
so.
that was still on
Yeah,
the
it's
watch
just-
list.
It's just on Watson, you didn't get pictures.
Yeah. It's, the vehicles are still there. The two vehicles are still there. And we're watching it because there may be a deterioration in property condition again coming back. And if that's the case, it'll fall right back into the blight cycle again. So
Yeah.
we're watching it at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have any pictures or anything like that. I don't know if there's any,
Neighbors have not complained lately?
no, not yet, no.
That would be
Hopefully.
my motivator if we hear from them. Okay, so 18005.
18005.
The reason I
Okay.
said spring is here is he was waiting for spring supposedly, right?
Oh, this guy,
Yes,
right.
We had reissued his notice to include, and you'll see in the pictures, I don't know if you can tell, the discovery of the vehicle in the back of the house. And you can barely make out in one of them, it's covered, pretty much covered with debris right now, the car. And the next one that's circled, you can see the rear end of a trailer and all these canoes and kayaks and stuff that are piled on top of it.
I had somebody, it was a neighbor, who complained to me about it.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, we're not even sure. So they say somebody's she says, nobody's living there.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody's living there.
Yeah.
If you, it would help with photos if this person is
I don't remember who it was who
Okay.
accosted.
yeah. But if I can get permission
You know,
to
your
get out to,
reputation precedes
you know,
you.
if they want to complain and they give me permission to get onto their property, I could take better, photos, documentation, but the things are
You're taking some
there.
good photos, it's obvious right there.
Yeah, the things are there.
I mean, everything's peeling on the house,
Yeah.
it's got junk in the yards, it's overgrown, it's,
Can I ask,
I agree with you. There was no,
when we said, oh, sorry.
oh, that's right, no, just
Yeah.
saying that there's been no return of the certified mail.
Oh.
Of the second notice, so I don't know if you want to think about having it served officially, but,
We probably should, we had said the citation was on hold. Ask your question while we.
Oh, well, just for March 23rd, it said second notice was requested to reset the process due to the discovery of additional violations. So what is
Right.
does resetting the process mean it takes us longer to get to citations or whatever else? Or it's really putting them on notice for new violations and then we have old violations that are running on an old clock and new violations on a new clock?
that's the way I would, interpret it.
Yeah.
The first one is still
It's-
valid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We're just including these other new ones in, and we can't add them to the old ones, so
Got
we
it.
started a new one.
okay.
It doesn't much, from a fine point of view, it doesn't really make much change, because The fines don't accrue per count, they just accrue as long as there are violations.
Okay,
At 100 a day.
It just, gives us that, you're not out until these things are gone now,
Mhm.
to add that in.
and on the $100 a day, was that set by like town ordinance?
Yes, as the maximum.
And so if we wanted to change that, that's a process that goes through the selectman's office?
Yeah, selectmen to there too.
In there too, right?
Yeah, there is an, I'm not, we've,
Yeah,
I've
it's-
spoken to people in Hartford that there is the option in the state ordinance to increase the fine for what you would call willful violation, but that process is,
More trouble than it's worth. Huh?
yeah, possibly, and I don't know that the town would see any money from it. I believe it would, and all the process would have to end up going to the state
Yeah.
attorney's office.
Willfulness is
Yeah.
very tough. You know. So we had put the notion of a citation on hold for this one, hoping that we would see some springtime progress, as Mr. Lamote was highlighting. That doesn't seem to have happened, so shall we proceed with the citation and notice that fines will begin to accrue?
Yes.
And that's for the.
Mr. Burke moved.
Second.
Mr. Lamote seconded. Any further discussion, comment? No? All those in favor, your hands, please. Thank you.
Was I sleeping when we talked about the looking, excuse me, let me correct myself. That was the 18004, was it?
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
Wait,
No.
No, we haven't done.
So let's just conclude, that was
Okay, yeah.
unanimous, and so please move forward with that citation there. Yes, sir?
That's for the first citation.
Yes, because
Right.
we haven't had the second hearing for
Right.
finding of light.
there it is.
Okay.
Shall we call him in for that too and have that hearing? I guess. Yeah, we gotta turn up the heat wherever we can, I think.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Second notice, got it.
So
Okay.
he would be called in for the July meeting,
July.
because 30 days always is problematic, but when the
Okay.
letter goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, this is for which one?
This is at 005.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a second hearing on additional blight conditions.
Sorry,
Yep.
18005.
Yes,
But it says that, oh, sorry, that's the complaint. Okay, sorry, I was looking at the
Yeah.
name, yeah.
okay. For July meeting. Meanwhile, citation commencing fines as of today. Can we,
Yeah, because they could be,
as of,
had to be at least 30 days from the date that the notice of, that they received it. Today would be giving them a big break.
yeah, that's for
July
sure.
26th is when we
Yeah.
gave them the notice.
Yeah, okay, what date do we want to use? Today's
The-
date or?
Yeah, the notice of determination was January 27th of 2021.
Yeah.
And we did meet with him, we've given him some slack and all that,
Yes.
but I'm open-minded to what date anybody wants to use.
Well, I'll be too harsh. It's saying January 27th, so I'm not gonna,
Alright.
I'll let someone else propose a date. I
Um,
don't wanna be known as Mr. Fine.
Well, you want to give him a year's grace and start in January of '22?
Fine.
All right, you moved, Mr. Washeka, Mr. Burke seconded. Any further discussion? In favor, please indicate by raising your hand. Thank you, that's unanimous, okay. Are we clear, Mr. Solito?
Let me see, we have, no, not quite, but it's just
Okay.
about. The last one that we have is
No,
just a-
no, I meant, are we clear as to what you're going to do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we have,
Fines will accrue as of January 27, 22.
right. Attorneys, we're gonna have them issue the citation for the first violation notice commencing fines as of 1/1/2022. And we're going to have him, call him in for a hearing, discussion of violations and hearing regarding the second notice as of the July meeting.
Right, good, okay. We need counsel to do the citation? I thought we had our own form for that now.
The marshals serve the citations.
Yeah, that's fine,
Okay.
but don't we have a form?
Generally, it's a matter of who's signing it. I believe, I have it in my office.
All right, yeah, take a look.
But it is, they'll prepare it, they send it to
Okay.
either you or myself
Okay,
to be signed and gotten back to them for them to serve
okay,
on a marshal.
all righty.
I'm sorry, I'm not clear on that.
No, that's fine. Okay,
And the last one I have really is just, again,
The usual.
nothing happening update on 18-00.
I noticed he's covered the whole area with gravel.
gravel? All right.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
That's all, it looked to me like something was happening, and I
Well,
wasn't
it really
sure
looks
what.
like-
He does a lot there.
I mean, it had the boats all in the
There is
front,
still, yeah,
and then,
but there is,
and last time I drove by, just
yeah.
stone, it wasn't gravel, it wasn't attractive gravel, it
Yeah.
was just
If you
stone,
go to the
Right.
farmhouse.
so to allow trucks to enter and
I
exit.
have it.
Yes, there was still no permit, there was no permit taken out, so he's still technically on the clock for.
It really looks like a
his fine.
construction yard in his backyard.
He's been fined, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, they're accumulating.
We're gonna be able to buy the Ziegler property.
Well, I mean, are we getting to a point where there's a lien? I mean,
There's 2 liens actually
There's
already.
2 liens already
Yeah,
on it, yeah.
Yes,
Let's remember we're on television.
let's see.
It's okay.
Yeah, there's been 1 lien for the amount of 33,000.
Which
and
one are
the
you
second
addressing?
lien-
18004.
Yeah,
Same on,
1804.
yeah.
And can I ask, when it says like firehouse entry, emergency reporting, what does that mean?
That is where the written documentation of the action rests in our files.
Okay,
Yeah, emergency reporting is a program that whenever we do an inspection or go out anywhere, it's documented
Oh,
what
okay.
we did. It's on there.
Okay, second lien file with Down Clerk on March 24th.
Right. Yes.
and part of that is to serve it on him, so it must have been served at the house, so he's gotta be aware. Okay,
58,100.
anything new, Mr. Solito?
Well, there were a couple of complaints. There was another complaint about the 18-002, but came through Linda upstairs, and, we spoke with a couple of people, told them that it was underway. And a couple that were revisit on an older one, complaints about a couple of properties that they were unwarranted at this time, so don't need to
Okay.
bring them
Okay.
in.
Anyone else have any desire to add a new matter to the agenda? Then do I hear a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Lamont, seconded. And it was unanimous. Thank you all, great,
Thank you.
great, thank you.